If you class yourself as a planner lover, then I'm gonna guess that you probably love watching people flip through their planner and share the stationery and planner related bits and bobs that they are currently loving on. So if that is you, then keep watching because I'm gonna share my current planner setup, some of the stationery that I've stuffed into this planner that I can't live without. And I'm also going to share a little bit about why this planner isn't working for me in this season of life and some of the little tweaks that I want to make this a more supportive tool for me in my life and my role as a designer. So let's get to it. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Chloe and I create planner inserts that help you organize a life you love. And as I said in the beginning, if you love planners, if you love all things stationery, then you probably love watching videos where people flip through their planner and share little hints and tips and things that they're loving on at the moment. So this is my current planner. It's an old planner. I actually bought this on a buy sell trade group on Facebook. So this is a Moterm Luxe, the first version. It's in the cream croc, which I absolutely love. I love this color, and it's got the old style pen loops where they're both in the same position, and it's got the old style fly leaf in there where you've got the multiple pockets. So yeah, as you can see, I'm an A5 girly and my planner is absolutely stuffed. Sorry if you see my eyes looking that way, it's because I'm doing like that newbie YouTuber faux pas where you're looking at the monitor rather than at the camera, but that's just so that I can make sure you can actually see the planner, that it is in shot. So it's an A5 size. I am an A5 girly. I did try a pocket size planner for on the go during a little brief stint in my life where I needed to have that little small situation for on the go reasons. But now I'm back to a life where I need to have this with me at all times. And yeah, it is heavy, it is chunky, and I'm not happy about that because I've gone from being a desk-based planner only to now having to carry this thing around me, and it's gotten even thicker and heavier than it was before, but we'll get into that when I do the flip through. So that's a little bit about the planner and some of the background around why it is looking so chunky. This is going to be a bit of a talky video, I'm sorry. We will do a top down, a flat lay, so that you can see what's going on. So let's switch to that now. So here we are in the flat lay view of my Moterm A5. This is in the cream croc, and it's a Luxe, the first version, as I said before. And I'm going to kick off with sharing some of the stationery pieces that I currently have in my planner, starting with my writing implements. So I actually have 3 writing implements in my planner. It might seem a little bit excessive, but I need all of them. Because my role as a home design consultant, I need to not only be able to write, so I'm using a Sarasa Clip Grand, and let's just take a moment to look at this pen because I absolutely love it. I discovered this pen and I think it may have been on AliExpress, and then I looked around to see, is this even legit? Couldn't really find it online anywhere where it wasn't going to cost an absolute fortune to ship it to the UK. So I decided to purchase it from AliExpress, and I will leave a link below. And what I love about the Sarasa Grand is it's just a bit of an upgrade to the plastic Sarasa Clip in that it has a complete metal barrel body, and the barrel actually has a metallic finish to it, which the camera may or may not be picking up. The hardware is actually gold and is metal as well, and it just feels so much sturdier, and it's just such a gorgeous weight thanks to that metal barrel. It's just beautiful to hold and to write with, and I feel very businesslike when I pull this out of my planner. So this was a gorgeous, gorgeous upgrade. It's in the brown grey colour, so I love the vintage colours. I've tried a few different ones such as the blue grey, the grey, I think I had like the purple as well, but the brown is my favourite in that it still feels very serious, but it's not quite as harsh and contrasting as the black. There's a little bit of softness to it, and that grey just stops it from being like it just makes it feel serious, not too soft. So yes, absolutely love this pen, Sarasa Grand. Yeah, gotta have it in my planner. So that's my first writing implement. Obviously I use that just for my general writing. The next writing implement is a Rotring mechanical pencil. Now, in my role as a home design consultant, I'm often having to sketch out floor plans or vignettes of window dressing and stuff like this. So I absolutely needed to have a pencil in my planner, and a mechanical pencil is just really handy because you don't need a sharpener. It's just clean and efficient to use and write with. I've had this for about 20 years since I was a student, so I won't be putting the link to this. I will pop a link to the AliExpress shop where I got this from. I think it's legit. I don't know. I just feel like whatever you buy from AliExpress maybe isn't legit. I always question it, but anyway, maybe that's just me. Comment below. Are you the same? Are you like always a bit antsy about ordering anything from AliExpress? I don't know. And then the final writing implement, and this isn't really for writing, it's obviously for highlighting, is a Tombow brush pen in the colour 942. I just about managed to get some clear tape on that before it completely disappeared, so I know what colour to buy when it comes to replenish this. And to be honest, this has just lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted. And I think that's the difference between buying a cheap knockoff brush pen versus just, you know, spending the money and buying a full-blown Tombow. It really does last, and I absolutely love this colour. You'll see it a bit later in my planner. It's just a sort of soft peachy nude kind of colour that's just, yeah, feminine enough to just add a bit of softness to my planner. You're going to notice I like the soft vibes, like the rug in the background. Other bits and bobs that I have in terms of stationery in my planner, well, let's just take a moment to talk about this. It's actually just one of these that I've chopped down to size to fit into my planner pockets. It's just really handy to have a ruler. I did have one of the fancy smancy brass rulers, but I keep that in my gratitude journal now because it's just kind of heavy and bulky, and this was just, it doesn't take up any space. It just makes more sense. So I have that in there. I've got these round sticky notes by Plan Marker. This is the round in the colour Latte. I found this on, I think it was the Journal Shop. I will pop a link below. And I've switched to using paper sticky notes because, and I've said this before in other videos, like, yes, I did the whole, let's go to it, the whole transparent sticky note thing. Like, I did that. And I didn't love that I had to have a black permanent marker or oil-based pen in my planner setup in order to be able to write on the darn things. So I still have this in here because I love these colours, like these soft colours. I love the softness, but yeah, it's completely impractical. I don't want a fourth pen in my planner, and I do want to just have this be a complete thing which I can grab and know that I've got all of the tools that I need for keeping my life organised and doing my job. So that's why I've switched to paper stickies, and I have lined version, a brown version, and then I have the trusty old little yellow version, which I actually use these for sticking on pages for wallpaper samples in my books or fabric samples in my fabric books, just so I know what things a client has picked that they liked. So that one is just for purely going into sample books, whereas these I actually use in my planner for making little quick notes and sticking extra bits down on a page where I've maybe run out of space, but I just want to add an extra note to maybe some meeting things that I've not noted down. I've got my business cards in here, and then I've also got in my slip pocket, as you saw before, these are transparent page flags, which I will sometimes just use if I want to highlight a particular project that I'm working on. I want to be able to quickly get to a certain page, I will use those. And then I've got some shape stickers. We've got block rings in a couple of different colours. We've got flags, tabs, mini drops and big drops. And these are all by Papertarie. I found her on Etsy, and I will pop a link to that below, as well as these. I just got them from Amazon, but if you're interested, because I mean, look at those colours. Hello, those colours. Love them. They're just kind of fun and flirty. So yeah, love those. And then in my pocket, finally, my zip pocket, I've got some extra stationery supplies. I've got a small piece of rubber because, as I said, my mechanical pencil is about 20 plus years old. The rubber gave up like 1.5 decades ago, I want to say. So I just cut a piece of rubber off it was a bigger block. I just cut a little wedge off of it so that I had something small and cute to stuff in my planner pocket for erasing out where I've maybe drawn something incorrectly on a floor plan. And then I've got spare lead for my pencil as well as spare ink for my Sarasa. Found this on AliExpress, and this honestly is probably as old as the pen. What can I say? And that is it for the stationery setup. So let's actually go into the inserts setup in here. So I do have my calendar insert. I've got just a little piece of acetate here where I've attached some of my sticky notes to. I don't really use this, to be honest. I could probably get rid of it, and when I refresh my planner setup, I will probably take this out. I've got this dashboard page, which again, not really using. And then I've got my previous calendar from 2023, just because I had some dates marked on here that I wanted to keep track of at the beginning, like the first quarter of the year. But to be honest, I probably don't need this in here. Bit of spare paper to write on, and then into my quarterly. And this, I'll show you this blank setup of it. I do really love this. I've got space to do future planning and note anything important down. It's got not just the day number of the numbers of the month. Well, I'm not wording that right, but you know what I mean, as well as the days of the week. So it really helps you to know whether the 4th of October is a Friday, which it is for 2024. So this is really handy. And it's great for future planning. I've also got space to do like an overview if I want to remind myself that in October I've got such and such a birthday, or I need to book something, or what have you. So really handy. And I'm going to have to blur it out. You know, my planning game was strong at the start of the year. But then as I got into this new role, I've kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit. And you can see here where I'm using my Tombow highlighter to just highlight days off or when my kids are off. So I'm going to be thinking very carefully about whether this will stay in my planner for 2025. For now, I will keep it in here and try and use it more. And I'll explain why this insert probably isn't going to stay in my planner for 2025. Because if we come into the meats of my planning and organising section, we can see I've got quite a hefty monthly insert in that. If we go to December, because there shouldn't be too much sensitive information. So if we come to December, we've got the cover page for the month, gorgeous, gorgeous design, if I do say so myself. And then we've got the calendar grid view, which I love to use little icon stickers to highlight, say, meetings or birthdays or what have you. I've got space to do my top 3 priorities. I've got space for any reminders that I need to, and I do this all the time. I will write a reminder to the future me. So say in September, I might remember, or I might find out that I need to book something in December, so I will leave myself a little reminder here, or I will pop it in my little to-do list. And I also use the to-do list and the reminders during the month as well, if there are extra things that I need to note down. And then we've got, I guess it's like a bullet journal style calendar list or log of the month, so that I can write things down. Again, we've got the days of the week indicated, as well as the weekends grayed out, so that you can see where the weeks and weekends are. I just find that really helpful in terms of being able to look at my planner and quickly assess things. Now, this is where this monthly insert goes a bit extra, because if we turn over the page, we've got space to do our December goals. So we can write down our goal, the action steps for that goal, plus any targets that might or might not be related to the goal. And then there's also room to do tracking. There's the daily tracker, weekly tracker, and a monthly tracker here. So I can list out, say, I want to do 10k of steps, I want to drink 2.5 litres of water, I want to get 8 hours of sleep. And then I can just tick off using my highlighter. Typically would be a case of me just filling in these squares and trying to have as many filled in as possible. And in the monthly and the weekly, I would just tick off or write a number. If there was something that I was trying to do weekly, I would just write, you know, tick, yes, I did publish a blog post this week or what have you. And then the final part of this extra monthly insert is doing a review at the end of the month where I can log what my wins were, or I can reflect, should we say. So we can reflect on our wins, things that we might need to revisit, things that we've learned, especially if you've got a goal that you're working on, you might want to reflect on how things went with achieving that goal, as well as noting down our actual targets and anything that you need to prompt yourself for the preceding month. Preceding? Following. Preceding would be before. So yeah, the following month. Have I got that right? I feel like I'm just word vomiting. Anyway, one thing that I've taken out of my planner, and I will do, I'll pop it on the screen now because I don't have it in here, obviously I've taken it out, was my weekly inserts. Now, they were a week on 2 pages, but it was technically a week on 1 because I had the week horizontally on 1 page, and then that was on the right hand page, and then on the left hand page I had the sort of more goal planning, organisation kind of thing going on. And with my new job, I found that actually I need to be able to have more of a running schedule of appointments for the week. And although I'll share on screen my daily insert, I do love this daily insert because it does allow me to organise my day. Actually, I wanted to be able to see my week with appointments. So I created this insert where we've now gone vertical and we've got a week on 2 pages. I really wanted to have a full Saturday and a full Sunday, mainly because I work on a Saturday, and a lot of the inserts that I looked at, I did look at the Filofax ones. The weekend actually was on 1 column, so half the Saturday, half the Sunday, and that really wasn't going to work for me in that I work a Saturday, so I need to have that full schedule. And this is where using my Tombow comes into play, because I like to just highlight the hours which I actually work on the days of the week, as well as the week numbers, the day numbers. So this is an undated insert because I wasn't sure if this was going to work for me, so I just wanted to test it out quickly first. There are already some tweaks that I want to make to this insert now that I've actually started using it. First thing I noticed after a week of using it was actually I'd quite like a space at the start of the day just to make any sort of important notes or highlight anything important for the day. So I should be shunting the appointment schedule down a row so that I can have space to write just a couple of things for the day at the very top of the column. I love that I've got space for my top priorities, goals and action steps towards the goal, as well as space for notes. I'm not fully using this yet. The main action is happening within the day columns where I'm planning out my appointments and mapping out after school stuff and all of that juicy stuff. So this is where my planner is changing. Shall I share now? One thing, yeah, we'll do it now. I've bought the Filofax January to December tab indexes because look, I mean, up here I had this situation going on with the sticky tab where I just wrote the month names on there, and it's not very handy. Yes, it's kind of out of the way at the top, it's not bulking out the sides too much because, you know, I've got the 3 pen situation or 3 writing implements going on at the side here, but I've reluctantly given in to getting the side tab monthly index dividers, what have you. I'm stumbling over my words now trying to describe this. The January to December index dividers, because I just want a neater way of keeping myself organised and having all of my months and weeks for that month sort of in their own little section. So that's why I'm going to add this. My only concern is it's going to bulk up my planner. It's 150 GSM, so it is quite thick. We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited to test this out and add it to my planner. The next part of my planner, I can't really share that too much, but I do have an inbox as well as additional note paper. Now here's something new that I've had added to my planner for this season of life that I didn't have before. I before was using different sections to sort of keep family stuff, work related stuff in different areas. But now with this new job, what I found was, although I had a section for my meeting notes and client notes and what have you, because I was working with different people and I would have to put all of their notes together, it was just getting messy, and it was just getting difficult to flip through and find Jane's notes when I just finished a meeting with Sarah, but now I needed to hop on a call quickly with Jane, and just trying to like flick through all of these pages of notes was a pain in the butt. So I decided to add in these A to Z index dividers. Now, I don't love this. I got it from Amazon, so you know, that's a dead giveaway. But I picked this because it was reasonably cheap and it was going to come really quickly, and I just wanted to see, would it actually be a useful thing in my planner, which it has proven to be very handy. So I will be upgrading these from this very boring business-like plasticky grey situation to the File of Facts cream card version. Again, the only thing I'm concerned about with these is the fact that they are 150 GSM card, so it is going to be adding more bulk, more weight to my planner, but they just look smarter. I mean, come on, that already looks a hella better than this situation, plasticky situation, and this plasticky situation. So, but I will pop a link to these in the description below if you are interested, because they are quite low profile in terms of how thick they are, because they're made from plastic, but the index tabs themselves, they're actually quite chunky. So I think I prefer the File of Facts in that the profile is slightly narrower on the actual tabs themselves. Another thing I thought was weird about this favourite A to Z index was that, you know, you had A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you went H, I, J, K, and then you went L. Like the groupings of the letters just seemed a bit random, whereas with File of Facts they have just paired everything up neatly. So I just personally prefer that. It seems tidier to me. So in here I have all of my client meeting notes. Everything is sort of put together, so all of Jane's meeting notes will go in one section, floor plans and what have you, and it just made life so much easier for me in terms of that. Now the final sections in my planner, I've got my LTP inbox, which I've shared this before. I will pop a link in the description to a video about this. This is a slight upgrade, I think, to that original one. I'm not fully using it this year. Again, I'm in this new season of life. There's been a little bit of growing pains, sort of stepping into this change, and I've had to just be gentle on myself in terms of how much I was doing, how much I was planning, how much I was writing down, just as I was getting to grips with running my sort of role as a home design consultant. And then the final section in my planner, it's my content planning stuff, which again, I kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit on this. So I do need to get back on track now that I've kind of got my feet firmly into this new role and this new season that I'm in life. And that is it. I mean, if you're interested, this is part of my job, how to measure for bay windows in terms of fitting a pole or where to measure from, really handy. So I've just got that in my back pocket there. And then the other bits and bobs I can't really show you because they're related to my job and data protection and all of that jazz. So we'll just close it there. And yeah, if you want to see how I finally get this set up, I will do another video where I've actually added this and done a little bit of tweaking and zhuzhing and whatnot. But this still isn't in its final stages. I feel like there might be more tweaks. I'm not sure if I said before, with the weekly appointments, I might try an external weekly appointment book just for that. I'm not sure, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm willing to experiment with things and see what really works and what doesn't. And if you're interested in things to do if you are in a planner slump, which I did kind of get into a bit of a planner slump when I started my job, and my planner kind of wasn't working for me because it was set up for my previous season of life, and then I shifted into this new season with my role as a home design consultant, and it just felt like I wasn't using my planner properly. and I hit a bit of a planner slump because of it, because my planner really wasn't set up to support me in this new season of life. So if you too are in a bit of a planner slump and you're trying to get out of it, I share the 3 things that I'm doing and have been doing to help get me out of my planner slump. So that's in this video, unless of course you just came from that video, then I won't send you in a loop. I shall just catch you in the next one. Until then, bye for now, planner friend. Bye.